He came to the billionaire's house for an interview. He cut in line. He didn't care about his image when he walked into the room. He grabbed a document and bluntly said, "I want your rejection," because only after being rejected 3 times could he collect unemployment benefits. His rebellious attitude caught Philip's interest. After all, he was completely different from the other applicants. Those applicants, despite their rich professional backgrounds, always handled the questions with ease, but their performance felt like it came out of a mold, lacking originality. In Philip's eyes, Driss's uniqueness felt refreshing. He told Driss to come back the next morning to pick up the documents. Driss came from a poor background, living in the slums. His small apartment was crowded with 7 or 8 kids. The space was so cramped, it was hard to breathe. He often hung out on the streets, spending time with his friends. But as night deepened, the cold slowly crept in. The bustle of the street began to fade. Shivering with cold, he decided to leave to get that document. He took the subway to Philip's mansion. Finally, he was able to rest for a bit. Soon after, he stood in front of Philip's house. Philip told him the document was signed. It was in the envelope on the small table. Just as Driss was about to leave, Philip asked him, "What do you think about living off welfare? Don't you feel ashamed? Are you willing to take on responsibility? Work every day on time?" Driss, who was homeless, stayed. Philip gradually got used to his presence, even accidentally spilling hot water on his leg. But Driss didn't mind and just grabbed the kettle to continue his experiment. Besides caregiving, Driss also became Philip's right-hand man, opening all the incoming letters and sorting them into categories. At mealtimes, he had to feed Philip. The butler privately told Philip that Driss had been in prison for robbing a jewelry store. He had no professional caregiving experience and no sympathy. He advised Philip not to bring someone like that into his home. But Philip actually liked that. Driss's lack of sympathy was exactly the attitude he appreciated. He liked that Driss would forget his disability and not treat him like a disabled person. But over time, Driss's lack of sympathy was proven wrong. He took care of Philip attentively, becoming his true friend. Philip also opened up to him, talking about his late wife. She was tall, elegant, and always had a smile in her eyes. They had met on a bench at the academy and written an unforgettable love story together. Philip had bravely gone skydiving for her, but the accident left him permanently in a wheelchair. But for him, the greatest pain wasn't losing his ability to move. It was losing the love of his life. As Driss's trial period ended, he began to love the job more and more. His caregiving skills became more professional. Their relationship was no longer just an employer-employee one. It felt more like the camaraderie of old friends. They would have snowball fights together. But Philip became the only one getting hit.